Welcome to another edition to a DVN Sports Show. I'm your host, Rashawn McGee. As you guessed it, it's Saturday, folks. It's Saturday to hear the sports that you want to hear on your weekend. And as we always have a lineup that you wouldn't believe, we're going to start with the sports news that's taking the airwaves, and it's going to take away your knees. Here's what's happening, folks. We got the Washington Commanders going to Baltimore, losing just by 7 points. And we went and handle our business, but we're going to get to that in a minute and who our next opponent going to be. We're also going to talk about the Washington Wizards. My goodness, the Washington Wizards has shocked a lot of people with this win. And I'll tell you who the win was against. We're also going to talk about the Washington Capitals and how they're doing in their preseason. We're going to talk about the Maryland Terrapins. The Maryland Terrapins, for the first time, is taking on the University of Southern California, USC, and we'll see what they're doing. But right now, it doesn't look so good. So the call-in number is 543-446. 543-4662. So make sure you listen. And we'll say the number again. I apologize. I'm getting a little winded because right now we just got a ton of sports news that we got to get to because it's going to be 1,000% good for your ears, especially the Commanders. So with that being said, let's start the show. So last Sunday, the Commanders had went to Baltimore and take on the Baltimore Ravens, and it was by far the best showing of offensive juggernauts on both ends from the Commander standpoint and the Ravens standpoint. Now, the bad thing about it is on our end, we were missing key pieces due to injury, but, the Ravens came in and they showcased their dominance on offense and defense as well. Special teams, not so much, but they still had two phases of football. But the Commanders did not back away. No. They didn't run away. They stood their ground. They had a juggernaut in Scary Terry, Gene Daniels, Eckler, the running back, McNichols, the running back. We had tight end Ertz, and we had Noah, the wide receiver, and we had a consistency of completions. It wasn't the highest completion, but it was the more of setting records on both sides of the football. The defense didn't look so good. They lost Jonathan Allen for the year. But that actually gives us a hope because Fedarius Mathis and Johnny Newton is going to take over the majority of reps, as well as the edge rusher Armstrong. He's out, but they have some other edge rusher that can be on the other side of Dante Fowler. So, with that being said, we got a panel that will help me assess some of the sports news and what have you, and we'll give our points and views as that going around, because we do give our views about the team itself and who's going to be in, who's going to be not. So we do a whole range of stuff, as I said before. So with that being said, I got a panel. I think Big Steve is here. I think Eric's here. I think Coach is coming in a little bit late. And then as us always, Lou's going to jump in so we get his perspective on the other side. So before I get to the question of tonight, I want to say my hat goes off to the offense. Dan Quinn, by far, and Kingsbury has really set the tone for this offense. I know we get Brian Robinson back. We don't get Allen, but we do get a lot of pieces back. And I'm pretty sure that we get a few people on defense back. Now, like I said before, the X factor is always this. It's Forbes. But if you're not going to coach Forbes up, who's going to be the person you coach up in the secondary? Because he's not really. See, here's my problem with the coaching. They put him on man-to-man. He's not a man-to-man. He's in nickel. He's a nickel CB for a reason. That's how he did in Mississippi. That's what they should do it now. Mississippi State. So here's what I'm saying. If Maryland, I'm sorry, Maryland. I apologize. I apologize. Maryland, the coach is here. I thought you were somebody else. I apologize. I do that by mistake. But my thing I have with not letting Forbes into the game is he's not a bad player if you know how to use him correctly. You can't use him in man-to-man. You can't use him in zone. You have to use him in nickel, where he double teams one player. Now, when he was in Mississippi State, he was on an island by himself, and he wasn't doing so good. I watched the tapes. But if you put him in nickel, he shines like nobody business. That's why you get D'Angelo Hall to coach him up. Not Daryl Green, because Daryl Green, he'll only tell you, hey, listen, when you're man-to-man, you gotta be, square up. You gotta, push him within the 5-yard range and then mirror him. But you can't mirror him. Even though he has a slender stature, he doesn't have the speed of, other these DBs. You understand what I'm saying? I think that St. Jude is getting torched because there's no help, because everybody's injured. But if you put a hand in the quarterback's face, it becomes more apparent that they can't throw to their wide receivers. So this is what happens when you don't have an effective pass rush. Yes, you got sacks. That's fine. But you got to be doing that consistently. Consistently, people are watching tapes, folks. Oh, yeah. They're watching tapes and they're seeing what Commanders can do and what they can't do. And then what they do, they sit there and say, well, we're going to take this away from you. Let's see if you can do this. Somebody's actually in rain. So we're going to make sure we monitor the weather on that side. But if you look at like I said, if you look at stuff if you look at the defense has a lot of problems. A lot of problems. Yeah. And the main problems is the lack of pass rush. Another one is the lack of secondary. Those are the two main ones. Now, we can sustain the middle of the field. We got that. We got Bobby Wagner. We got Lou. So we're good on that side. We need somebody. Now, the question is, do we, and this is what I'm going to post the panel, there's somebody out there that we can use, but is the organization going to reach out to this individual? So my question to the panel is, do we go after Chase Young and bring him back? Let's start with Coach and end with Steve.
I would in a heartbeat. I mean, he's good. That's it. In a nutshell.
I believe so too.
I'm serious.
No, I agree. If we get Chase back, we solidify that left side that has been non-existent for 5 games. And whoever's on that right side, we don't care about, because they're probably not going to get a consistent pass rush from that side. But we know where to rate the attack from to help them out. So, Eric, what do you think?
I think you need to turn up the volume. I can barely hear you guys.
Okay, my bad. Let's see. We turn up the volume. Let's see what. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. My volume.
I don't know. I hope it's not just me. But
okay,
having trouble.
I raised my volume. Okay, is that better?
It's probably just me. I may have to, like, once I run my mouse here, I'll just try to call back in and see if that helps.
Okay, do that. We'll still be here.
as far as this game tomorrow, you know, just go out there and do the work that we always do. I think, you know, I think it was good to sit down and B-Rob. He talks good. He's talking a good game. Candy Waller went out there, took a peek at him this week, and he seems to be okay. But, you know, we won't know till he goes. You know, the term cakewalk is bred around my brain, but I just don't want to spit it out and jinx it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're all happy. We're at home. It's Carolina. It's Gerald Green Day. I remember when he actually, his final game was my first game at FedEx. And, man, that was amazing. It was halftime and nobody went to get beer or nothing. And, you know, we were cheering them and stuff, losing our minds. And he raised his hand and said, hold up, hold up. He had something to say. And 85,000 people shut the up.
Wow.
85,000 because it had been scrunched down yet, the seating. And that was amazing. I mean, you could hear a baby cry. I mean, you could hear the wind just blow through the stadium. Everybody just STFU. it was just an amazing thing. So that dude, he earned his. And I was there for when he went into the Hall of Fame. He was an amazing individual, good, you know, Christian man. And, you know, this is good. I don't want to see nobody else wear 28. So, you know, props to the management and the leadership, Josh and them. And it should be a decent game. You know, I don't think DQ is going to have them guys slacking. There's a couple people, as you say, with Forbes still up in the air, and there's a couple spots. DQ rotates people anyway.
Right.
But there'll be some people that say, look, you know, this is Carolina. I got an opportunity to show off a little bit, so we'll see. And that's pretty much all I got for this game coming up. I just hope, you know, we go ahead, take care of business, and on to the next.
We definitely got to take care of business. Okay, hey, Big Steve, thanks to that, Eric. What you think, man?
You know what? This is the first time, and I'm guessing of about 10 years since Audrey 3 came back, that I feel confident about this team. When was the last time the Washington Commanders had holding calls? Since my man Moses from the Jets left. We improved.
That's a good point.
Give the offensive line coach credit. Remember, we brought him in from San Francisco. Yeah. And I only know one holding call in 6 games. One.
True.
One. And we had that's to get that off-road right tackle. But everything else, we had a holding call and the reason which guy got sacked because he did hold the ball just a little bit. But they giving him protection.
Yes.
So I will give everything else to our offensive line. That is the most shocking thing for me as a Washington Commanders fan. We got a good offensive line for a change. We do.
Absolutely. That's a great point. That is a really, really great point. Everything you said is right on point. This is why I'm not mad that we lost by a touchdown, right? So the one touchdown that could have potentially tied the game, it's not really a failing marker. This wasn't like a failing game because the team actually said we could have won this game. We left, and they said they felt bad because they left a lot of football on the field. This is what drives me to believe that if this team by far takes it to another level in the second half of the season, watch out NFC East because we're on the tear. Now I'm really shocked, you know, about what's coming up for the NFC East, South, and North, because the North has really gotten better. The South has really gotten better. And you know the playoffs is going to be crazy.
Yes, it is.
So if and here's another thing where I see that we have to fix now, because right now we have to become dominant on defense. Defense has to overshadow the offense, because if you look at the Falcons got better with Kirk Cousins, right? You look at the Vikings. The Vikings are 5-0, possibly 6-0, coming against the Lions. The Lions are looking to give them their first loss. The Lions look good, right? So the Bears are coming up and they're saying, hey, we're relevant too. So if we're going to do something great this year, we have to take it to these NFC South and NFC North teams. Now, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're thinking. Why are you going too far into the playoffs? Yeah, let's focus now. I get you. I understand that. But look at the teams now. They're starting to position themselves for the playoffs, right? And they're getting ready. Yes, and that's what we should be doing. We should be getting ready. But I see us barreling, scratching the surface. We're getting there, but we're not getting there quick enough. Yeah, we're scoring points. Okay. Let me give you my insight to where I see. All year round, I talk about us being explosive, and we're here. All year round, I talk about we're capable of going over 30 points per game, and we've done that. We are capable of running over 1,000 yards, over 6.4 rush per carry. We've done that. Now, we have established those type of accolades. Now it's time for us to do one step more and blow teams away, which we have done that. We have not done that. We had done that maybe with four teams, and 2 we lost. You see what I'm getting at? Teams right now, we haven't really scored 47 points and stopped another team with 9. Right? We haven't done that yet, but we are capable of doing that. We're capable of scoring 44 points and only having a team score 13. We're capable.
We were on our way back.
Yes.
We were coming back, and the Ravens knew it.
Yes.
That's the reason so they were going to counteract, and I'm like, no.
They knew 1,000% that we were wounded. They knew that we didn't have a edge rusher on both sides. We were capable with a couple. We have linebackers that are very, very good. They knew that we didn't have a secondary, so they tested St. Jude's, and St. Jude's came up 50-50. Right? They knew that the deep ball will work in our favor. We kept going in zone. I keep telling everybody, the more we get in zone, the more they pick us apart. And who did pick us apart? Lamar Jackson picked us apart in zone.
Yeah.
And that's what I was telling everybody. We're not good in zone. 2-man under is what we normally should be doing. And sure enough, zone put us in a very bad spotlight, and we got creamed. 438 probably plus yards, total yards for the Ravens. 300 and some odd yards for us, which is completely unexcusable. But to this credit of this team, Scary Terry looked awesome. I'm not gonna lie. Scary Terry,
he did.
He knew exactly where to go. He saw this guy play outside leverage. He was like, you know what? This guy's playing outside leverage. Yo, Daniels, throw it to me. He threw it to him, touchdown. See, this is what you need. This is what you need on the regular. And I guarantee you, folks, when I tell you this guy is by far so talented, he's going into the Hall of Fame. He's going to go into the Hall of Fame just like Art Monk. And we got another caller. His name is the co-host of the Enhanced Sports Show. He's none other than Louis Tenor. How you doing, Lou?
All right, yourself. Thanks.
Appreciate you.
Thanks.
Thanks. Appreciate it. The thing that I have said over the years is that you give the man credit when credit is due. When you see a defense play off for you as much as Scary Terry does, you start to get into a groove, and you say, listen, this guy is playing off leverage. All right, so throw it to the inside corner. I got you. Like in the Bengals game, he was like, look, this guy is playing off. He's waiting for the deep ball. So let's use the stutter step. He used the stutter step, boom, touchdown. And then what you see, look, we're going to do this counter route. We're going to do this bracket route. I'm going to go 10 yards deep, right? And I want you to throw it to me in the end zone. Boom, touchdown. These are the things we need, on a daily basis.
He got a pass. I was like, how? How did he do that? He did.
But he was 1,000% on point. The only thing I hated was the hit he took on the sidelines, and that should have been a foul. Yeah, I know he used the shoulder pad, but he hit to the head. He hit to his head and turned. That should have been a foul, because now you're putting a lot of pressure with a concussion. And this man literally, he sat right there and said, you know what? I'm going to get this first down. Every first down he got, he was contested and he passed. And then this guy comes out of nowhere and hit him right in the head to the neck area. But he bounced back up, said, no, that's good. I'm good. All right, cool. Let's go to the next play. I'm going to torch you on the next play. Fourth down, boom, touchdown. This is what we need. This is what we need. But again, we don't have a slot receiver. They're not really comfortable with Luke, because Luke is a little scrawny guy. Because if he get hit, boom, he's out, right? So they're going to use him night and day.
We missed B-Rob. Because when B-Rob goes up the middle, it don't matter how many guys he's got, he's going to make it.
I think that absolutely. I think the acquisition of B-Rob gives us, the greatest.
He doesn't care what kind of wall they got. He's coming through.
Oh yeah, he carried like four or five players, like one time before. I think it was against Atlanta. I think a year ago, and we carried him right in. Those players right into the end zone. It was by far the greatest thing.
I've seen him do it this year.
Yeah, that's
I have
and he
too.
was out last week. I was like, oh, Lord.
He uses his body as a weapon, and of course that's one of the reasons why he's just coming off the bench right now. He could be a little bit more careful with his body. But one thing,
you gotta be careful.
I think, like Steve mentioned off the top. Man, our OI has been freaking an amazing machine. I mean, not only like no holes, but no offsides either. You know what I'm saying? And with that, and with that guy back behind him, it's just a beauty of how DQ has built this team.
Yes.
I mean, they'll block their ass off for that dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's like, here comes B-Rob, and they'll hold that block a split second longer. They'll push a little harder, and it makes a difference on the field.
Yes, it does.
And that's the brilliance of what this offense can do. On the one end, we really got an offense that can actually torch you and make you pay. But they have to be in the lead.
I love the backfield. I mean, I call it the three-headed monster.
Yes.
Between D-Rob, and McNichols. I mean, like, remember McNichols. You're going to hear that name again come December. Somebody's going to get nicked up. And I love that kid. He's not a kid. He's been around the league for about 6 years now, to be honest. I had to look it up.
Wow.
But I tell you what, that dude can run. And he runs well. He runs smart. And I just love watching him run. And I'm like, this guy's a third string?
You know what?
I mean, we got B-Rob with the speed, Eckler with the power, you know what I'm saying, because he's got a bigger size. And we got, whole third string back here, just a combination of both, if you ask me. I mean, like, I'm going to love December when we just, with that line and this back there, we just start chewing up people.
Yeah.
And I love that.
So we go into the injury report today, and we're going to give you some updates on players that are injured that are likely to start. So Dorrance Armstrong is a scratch. Tyler Owens did not practice, but as he had light practice on Thursday. We have Nick Argolari. I hope I said his name right, but his ankle, he had light practice on Thursday and Wednesday. Noah Brown's wide receiver, groin, he has a light practice, went full practice on Thursday, which means that when you go full practice, you're okay, you're going to play. Percy Butler, safety, groin as well, light practice, full practice. He's a go for this home game coming up. Clean Farrell, DE, knee, light practice, he's questionable. Frankie Louvu, toe, rest. He did not practice. He had light practice on Wednesday and did not practice on Thursday. So he's going to be a go on this coming Sunday. Quan Martin, DB, neck.
Is he going to be a go tomorrow or next Sunday?
Who? Louvu?
Louvu?
Yeah, Louvu is still definitely going to enter the game. They're not going to scratch him out because he's a component that they need in the middle along with Bobby Wagner. So he's going to be a go.
Good.
Yo, he is great. He has a motor that doesn't stop. Well, I mean, they're not going to use him all the time, but he's going to play. He's just not going to play those many hours. They're going to have to rotate him in and out. I see. Yeah, so the good thing about him is it's not really long-term injury. It's a short-term. All they got to do is inject him with some sort of Novocaine and for the rest of the game, and then he's good. Deron Payne, knee, light practice, full practice Thursday, he's a go. Brian Robinson, knee, light practice, so he's going to be questionable, but hopefully he can enter the game. Emmanuel Forbes, thumb, full practice. So Emmanuel Forbes is a go for Sunday's game. Now, I think Emmanuel Forbes in this game will be a factor. He might have 2 or 3 picks off. I think he's going to like going against the Panthers in this game. Jordan McGee, linebacker, knee, full practice. Jordan McGee is full to go in this game. So that is our edge rusher right there. Bobby Wagner, rest. He did not practice on Thursday or Wednesday. He's a go. Tyler Badass, thumb, light practice. He did not practice on Wednesday. So what does this ultimately mean, folks? That means that we got key components that were on the injury reserve before are now fully to go on Carolina's game on Sunday. So this,
I ain't telling my brother that.
yes, tell him after the game. Oh, they had him.
If he comes over here, man, he's going to hear some yelling.
Oh, he's going to hear a lot of yelling.
Yeah, man.
So what does this is a good thing. This is a great thing. But I really want the defense to be a staple point of when you come to our crib. There's one thing you should never do is wear your shoes. You take off your shoes, you come into the house. You got your shoes on, you're getting a butt whooping that you'll never believe. This is what we need. This is exactly what we need. Oh yeah, because we need to.
I'll turn around with a cactus on that one.
Oh no, there you go with the cactus. But
let me ask you something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, and this is what I don't know if you checked the Post, because when Virginia Tech played Boston College, Boston College was coming back, and it was 28-21.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, Tootin, and I think this is going to be a player for the NFL in the future.
Mm-hmm.
266 yards plus 4 touchdowns.
Nice.
That dude can run.
I believe
gotta
it.
say.
I believe it.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, we got to keep an eye on him for the future, man. We got to.
So here's the thing about Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech has not shied away from anything offensively. They have been offensive juggernauts throughout their organization, throughout their athletic, players and what have you. The thing about it is that we normally get the CBs out of Virginia Tech. We have never gotten a running back from Virginia Tech.
Yeah, we have.
Who was that?
Michael Vick?
No, Michael Vick was a Eagle.
Yeah, but he did go to not Washington. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but they did use him, and that's why I wish we did have him.
Well, the thing about it is
saying?
we didn't have the type of personnel back then to really evaluate Michael Vick, because they didn't want Michael Vick. They wanted their guys that fits their philosophy. But it didn't, those years we really didn't have that philosophy because we had RG3 and we got blown out.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, when Michael Vick played, nobody had anything to evaluate him. He was like
exactly.
Everybody, talk about changing the game.
Right. I mean, he actually set the tone for all athletic black quarterbacks in the NFL. He modeled his game with Randall Cunningham when running Cam was the first Michael Vick. But the problem with that was he didn't have the arm like Michael Vick. He didn't have the speed of Michael Vick. Those things were 1000% crazy. But to Coach credit, Virginia Tech is starting to become a dominance of players going into the NFL. And I hope and pray.
It's like my brother says, tootin' is tootin'.
Right.
He's gone.
But if we ever get a player, and I'm just being 1000 real with you, I want the player to be a coach, a defensive-minded coach, because we definitely need defense to be dominant for at least 5 or 6 years. And most of these college players or coaches coming into the NFL, they need to establish a dominance on our end, because the NFC East is going to be exploding with talent the next 3 to 4 years. And we need some shutdown corners. We need some shutdown mindset, and to have a mindset like a Virginia Tech dominance head coach, we need him to be on our side, not against it. Before I forget,
that would be awesome.
It'll be great. Before I forget, let me go to Lou, because I got to ask Lou a question about his Cowboys. What happened against the Lions, bro?
That's what I want to know. I was not expecting that kind of a game at all. I didn't think that. I thought the Cowboys had a chance to win, or at least make it into a very close game, but they just fell apart, from like the word go.
Yes.
I mean, that was not a game. I mean, their defense was just horrible.
Oh, man. Oh, no, horrible is not even the word. They just didn't feel like they want to be on. Well, I'm just being real with you. Horrible is not even the word. They just didn't want to play that night.
I guess you can say that. At least they feel like they want to play. I mean, if you're giving Dak Prescott all this money, and this might be his prove your deal. He's got to do some quick rolls. He's going to be out by the time the season's over.
Well, not him. It won't be him. It will be Mike McCarthy, because Mike McCarthy's philosophy is throwing 70 times a game. You can't win a game throwing 70 times, right?
Absolutely not.
And not in this game, by the way, because all your teammates, all your defenders are going, okay, he's not going to run the ball. Throw it to him and see what happened. And they threw it to him, and guess what? He got sacked. He got intercepted. He got hit in the mouth. He got dragged 30. I think he got dragged 10 yards.
That's why you got to have a running team and a passing team, man. You got to mix it up.
You got to have balance, exactly. But he doesn't have a balanced nature in his body. His philosophy is, I'm throwing 70, and I'm going to run like maybe 5%. And he doesn't have a really good running back. He got Zeke Elliott. Zeke. the guy who lost speed and brought him back. And then here's the funny thing. Jerry Jones had a question, right? And one of the guys like, hey, Jerry Jones, did you do an evaluation over the preseason game? He said, don't you ever tell me that asking me about preseason. And the question, the guy doing the interview started laughing.
Preseason is important. Yeah.
I mean,
you got to have a defense to have an offense, period.
That's the nature of the game. And that's why I believe Richie Pettibone, who was the Commander's first defensive juggernaut, stated that you got to have defense playing at its highest level. We never had that. I think we had was.
Hold on. You can't say Richie's name and Commanders in the same sentence.
Okay, my bad. Redskin, not Commanders.
You know you my dog, bro. I mean, come on.
Hey man, you can't do that. You can't do that, bro. Come on, man. I gotta bring his name into it. Okay, my bad.
Richie was a defensive god. I
yes,
don't care who you are.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
He's the only man that got an NFL coaching job with no interview.
Yes.
They called Jack Hancock called him in the room and said, hey, you're the new head coach. Literally. Man. That is Redskins legs, that is Redskins cannon.
Man.
I mean, like, because
cannon right there.
I mean, like, because when Joe Gibbs left, I mean, who else was you going to get?
That's right.
I'm sorry for sidetracking you. You're making a point. Let me get
No. See, that's what
I'm sorry. It hurt me, but it hurt me, man. I had to pull your sleeve.
Yo, man. Hey, listen, it's all good. I have no ill will what you said, man. Everything we say here is right on point. I go exactly where the notes go, takes me. So I agree.
We're thinking about our defense right now.
Yes. Because we got to focus on where we're heading. Right now, we're going to a good place. We're going
to a good place. Yes.
And this place is this year. And like he said in his presser when he's hired, he said, and I quote, this is a win. This is a win now situation. And he wasn't lying. We're 4-2. We're top of the division. The division is falling apart. They're scared. Because what we're capable of doing. Daniels is actually setting the East on fire. We took it to the Giants, and we beat the Giants here, right? We never beat the Giants here in a long time. Now we set the tone. Right. Now we're setting the tone for Dallas. Sorry, Lou, and the Eagles.
I know. That's going to be. What's the vision right there?
And you know what? Lose to put that on his thing for himself next up. Sorry, God was
the whole division is pretty bad though.
But you know what? Steve just brought up a good point. You're taking on the 49ers now. And that's a big thing because y'all not going to win this game. Oh, in San Francisco? No.
San Francisco.
No, San Francisco is not going to allow you to come into their place and win. Man, bro, Lou, you're my dog, man. You're my dog, but you might as well just said they're going to lose this one. But I think it's a statement game, right? Tomorrow is a statement game because I know we're not supposed to take the Carolina Panthers lightly, but this is a statement game. Ain't no way this team is going to come into the Commanders' den and win. Not with this type of effort from Daniels, Brian Robinson, Eckler, McNichols, Noah, Scary Terry, Luke McCaffrey, Chris. Yeah, I just said, yeah, B-Rob. I said B-Rob. No. You could just stop right there. And Ertz is going to have a big day.
You know what? I think they're going to play the second string tomorrow against the Carolina Panthers.
Don't do it.
I think Nichols going to get the start.
If that's only if
Andy
Rob.
plays, that's when they do play well.
Well, you know what happened to Andy Dalton the last time he played against the Commanders Black Redskins?
Well, we don't have.
Knocked out.
Okay.
The Cowboys line that didn't even help the pop.
Let's be real. Let's be real.
Don't remember that.
Let's be real. When we played against Andy Dalton, we had two of the best bookends, and he got frustrated. Yeah. He was a Dallas Cowboy, and we punished him throughout the whole 4 quarters. He did not have one answer. You know, we were rushing him in the middle, the side, the linebacker. We were killing him, and he was literally frustrated on the sidelines. I'm not getting no help. And then what happened?
But look, he got nothing to lose tomorrow. He got nothing to lose. Carolina got nothing to lose. They can say, hey, we can command the command. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna tell you like this.
My brother even says that Carolina is. I'm not gonna say the words he said. They're crap, you know.
Yes, please, please do not say the words he said. Please do not do that.
Oh, I'm not. I just said crap. I didn't say the other one.
Okay, I appreciate you.
Like, I mean, my brother said that. That's his team. And I said, now stop that. You got to back up your team no matter what. I mean, look how long we have waited.
Yes, my point
now,
exactly.
A good team. And you know what? I'm loving it. I'm like, hell yeah, let's go.
You're not the only one who's been loving it. The Commander Nation, Redskin Nation, has been waiting for this moment to erupt.
Right.
And now it's here. And they don't know what to do with it because it's so memorable. It's so great that the whole nation is now energized. Did you see? We almost covered every seat in the stadium.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, you know?
Yeah.
But you know what? There still is, it's called a revenge tour for a reason. We still got a lot of people on that target that we need to get. And you know who gonna, I'm you know, again, Lou, I'm sorry. But you know, Dallas, Eagles, Saints, you know, especially that Monday night when Drew Brees. Oh, you remember that night we were just getting our butt torched by Drew Brees, and Drew Brees was just high-fiving everybody and skipping. Oh man, that was the most embarrassing thing. Not only that.
Yeah, well, you got to think about it. Drew Brees, well, wow.
Yeah.
But now, I'm like,
they ain't got nobody.
We've got Daniels, and I'm like, oh yeah.
But see,
they can't even stop the run. They can't stop the pass. They in quarterback is so what you call it. I mean, New Orleans looked at destroyed.
Oh man, they got killed. They got killed. I mean, I didn't think the Broncos was that good. It was just a boring game. It was a real boring game. Yeah. And I saw this game. I was like, yo, 26-3. Who's actually playing?
Good Lord.
And then they had a defense, but they didn't have no offense. It was just Bo Nix. Bo Nix. This is what I was saying in the what is it? The NFL draft, right? Everybody was like harping over Oregon State quarterback Bo Nix. I'm like, what's so great about Bo Nix? This game proves it. There was nothing exciting with Bo Nix. Nothing. He was just throwing the ball like Elway. I could throw like Elway. Shoot, let me give me a football. I'll throw it like Elway. I'll throw over people's head. I'll throw a slant. It fall at people's legs.
Oh, you thought you could get rid of me, huh?
Is this Kermit?
No, we cannot.
Yeah.
Is this Kermit? How did Kermit get up here? Stop. I'm gonna get Miss Piggy on you. Okay, so this is what I've been saying. Bo Nix is not a good quarterback. Over the years, he'll be another Peyton Manning or Eli Manning or whatchamacallit, what's his name? Oh, John Elway. I don't see him, or just another Brett Favre. I don't see him doing anything spectacular. He's just a consistent pocket quarterback. That's it. But Daniels is amazing. And here's funny. Here's the funny thing, folks.
We gotta protect him too.
We gotta protect him. But here's the funny thing about Daniels. Guess who's else mad about Daniels' publicity? Caleb. Caleb is upset that he's not getting the same publicity as Daniels. And when he went and scored and threw 4 touchdowns, guess who's considered to be the rookie of the year? Daniels. And he was livid. He was like, "Oh my God, I just scored. I just threw 4 touchdowns. How in the heck can he be the talk of the town?" Okay, well, he threw a highest percentage.
Because he knows as you know what.
Right. So now the Bears are revving up for what is called to be the most exciting game of the year. Besides the Ravens, is us. On the 27th, it's going to be the most exciting game in NFL East history, folks.
Oh, come on, calm down. It's going to be exciting, but it ain't going to be.
Hey, listen, no. Listen. When? Okay, Eric. I knew you were going to say something. Eric. Let's bring it up, man. Come on now. Let's bring it up.
Who's calling that game? Because you got the number 1 and the number 2, both quarterbacks. Don't tell me Brady's going to be calling that game.
Yeah, Brady's going to be there.
Oh, snap.
No, I'm joking, Eric. No, Brady is the co-owner of the Las Vegas.
I can't help.
We're going to get some truth, and that should be a game. But you make excellent points there, Russell. Yeah, he's a little hot.
Yes.
Because Jayden Daniels, and I'll tell you why Jayden Daniels is getting all the run. It's like I posted in the daggone in our group, Right. That pass, I was like, holy smoke.
Yeah.
Now, Terry is Terry.
Yeah.
I mean, he going to do what Terry do.
Yeah.
But have you seen that pass from anybody, much less a Redskins quarterback, win?
Bro.
My God. I mean, like we always told each other, calm down, settle down.
Right.
It's only 2 games. It's only 4 games.
Right.
It's only that. But that pass against the Ravens in their house, I'm like, yo, this my dog. I'm riding him. He is the best. He's the best until you show me something much better than that.
Bro, I got to introduce this one caller just came in. He is a longtime supporter of the DV Sports Show. This is Alex Weiser. What's up, Alex? How you doing, man?
Hey, what's up, Russell? How's it going, guys? What's up?
I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Actually, I just literally I fractured my ankle walking my dog last week, so I've been in the hospital since Wednesday. But
oh my God!
Had to give a quick call.
Yo, man, no, good. Hey, man, listen, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that happened.
There's always people always got to work out there, but yeah. So I'm lucky. I'm on crutches, but I wanted to at least quickly call in, man. I love what the previous caller just said. That brings up a great person worth mentioning is McLaren. I mean, for years, Scary Terry he's ready to get 1,500 yards with the right QB.
Yes.
So you got to know that guy's loving life right now, man. He's got his young sidekick on board now, and even though they lost the Ravens, man, it's a great lesson, and it just shows us all again. Jayden Daniels not scared. He's not scared. He'll go toe to toe against anyone.
One thing about Scary,
it's a great lesson. It's a great lesson, a great experience to go into Baltimore. It just adds even more confidence for him in the future.
Yo, before I make my comment, I want to get to this topic of sports because right now I told you is coming up. I told you about your team, the Mets. Now, how you feel about your Mets now?
Yeah, I was getting upset with Luke before because we're good bros, but we always go back and forth with Yanks and Mets. But I'll admit they're still the underdog, right? There's no one. I'll never say they're better than the Dodgers, but we've seen these wild card teams that get in the last moments, like the Phillies, the Diamondbacks. Once these teams get in, that's a group of players that's not afraid.
But your Mets went beyond.
So they're playing with house money. It took them the last out to get in with Lindor beating Atlanta,
right?
And, the lights were out. Everyone was leaving basically, and then the last pitch of the Philly series, Alonso hits a bomb. So it's like, yeah, they keep overcoming all these odds. So I'm riding with them.
I told you.
They have their best pitcher. Manaea's like 8-1 in his last 9.
I told you.
Pitching for him.
I told
last time
you.
they were in LA, they won 6-0 last time they played in LA.
Yep.
So like, are they the favorites? Am I really confident? No.
Well,
But they really do have a fighter's chance. And if they win game 6, man, that's 2 games in a row, and now they're really not scared. If they can get through to tomorrow, then they just need one more win.
This is what I was telling you when they were on their edge of being eliminated. I told you they have the best pitching in the National League, and
numbers don't lie.
Right. And I told you that they need to improve their hitting. What did they do against the Dodgers? They hit a home run with Lindor, right? And then they had the walk off. And I told you they're starting to find ways to win in their hitting rotation. Now they know they are close to being in the World Series. Now I have them beating the Dodgers to get there, and they're going to play the Yankees. Now, the Yankees lose to the Guardians. The Guardians would be in. Now, Lou just came up and said, nope, that's not going to happen. Okay, I got you, Lou. I got you. But
now, what do you guys believe in that? I got that.
No. I love Lou. Lou's a lot harsher on my Mets than I am on the Yankees. I always show respect to the Yankees, but no, I said it earlier on Lou's show that I can see the Yankees maybe losing tonight. They have wiggle room. They're not back to the wall. They can lose tonight and destroy the Guardians the next game. I still have the Yankees 100% in the World Series.
I have a really good shot that is 50-50 because the way the pitching of the Guardians is versus the hitting, I think the Guardians have a shot more than the Yankees. So, in Lou, I know you're going to hate me in the morning, but don't worry about it, man. Just know that, hey, listen, you're always back on the show.
All fair and love, war, and sports, I guess. All fair and love, war, and sports.
I got you.
We always go at it together. I think I
love and war and sports.
Man, I see that. I think it'd be fun, man. I think it would be a lot of fun because it's hard enough for anytime a New York team can make it back. And then, but if you have the chance with only 4 teams left, if both can somehow get back, I mean, we might not see it again in our lifetime. I think it would be a fun thing.
Well,
but we'll see.
So
much harder. But it's going to be much harder for the Mets. But hey, all they need is a chance, and they still got a little chance left.
I almost forgot. We got to get to this topic real quick. So the Wizards, they won their first game against the Toronto Raptors, lose to the Brooklyn Nets, and then lose to the New York Nets. But then the Nets come to DC and win in seconds, minutes by 117-118, and the Wizards come to their second win of the season, 2-3, and they're starting to look like a real basketball team, folks. They're starting to feel it. I just don't like Bilal. Bilal does not fit the narrative that we want to run and play defense. But hats off to Brian Keith.
Gone bad, don't you? Want him traded?
Yeah, listen, Steve. I don't like Bilal. All right, you already know. I never liked Bilal. Him and Denny, I never liked them. You know this. The reason why Bilal is not really the prime example of what we want to run, because he's not polished. He could have been in a G League and developed, and he would have been a threat. Listen to what what's his name? Magic Johnson said about what's his name? Bronny James. He said Bronny James needs to go to the G League. See, that's the common sense that everybody needs to understand. You're not polished. Guess what? Go to the G League. Get polished and come back. You're still going to be in the NBA, but you still can win a championship with the G League. That's not a bad thing. That's a resume, right? Here's my other thing. If Bronny James can be in the NBA, Lonzo Ball can be in the NBA. And look what Lonzo at. He came back from an injury and played against playing in Chicago and won. This would mean that the Wizards need to bring John Wall back so he can beat Lonzo Ball, because Lonzo Ball and Wall don't like each other. But why don't they bring Wall back? Ah, gosh.
Yeah, they were talking about that too.
Really?
Bringing Wall back.
They need to bring Wall back. He needs to come back.
That would be fun.
That would be awesome, especially with the.
I don't think he's dragged a whole team to a championship at his age, but it sure be fun to watch him try.
Coming off the bench,
cool.
Coming off the bench, Wall would actually contribute more coming off the bench in bench points. He would score 20 points because the man can still ball. He's not old. His knees are still good. They're manufactured now. They're probably bionic right now, being rich. But the problem is that I don't like if Lonzo Ball is in the NBA still. LaMelo is in Charlotte. Why can't Wall be here? Why can't Wall come back?
I'm thinking of another Hornet who has just blown up knees. Someone would have signed him on, I hate to say it, like a Kemba Walker. He's speaking about the Hornets.
Kemba Walker.
Some guys, if you can't guard a parking cone, you're not going to be in the league. I think his knees are shot.
No, you're not.
Listen, there's always. Blown out knees can be restructured. Blown out knees can be rehabilitated and restructured and still survive. Look at what happened to Derrick Rose.
Kemba Walker couldn't get playing time by the time he was 30 years old, man.
Here's the thing.
With bad knees, you're not guarding anyone.
Okay, let's go away from Kimball and let's go with Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose had a blown out knee. He came back and played with the Knicks.
10 minutes a night. He was sitting the bench for 2 years. He hardly played for the Knicks.
But he was still getting minutes, and plus he was still getting more minutes than any other bench player there in New York. And it was not until they went and drafted Bronson that they let him go.
He's riding the pine for his last year in New York. He was begging to be traded. They wouldn't play him.
This is why we need more time, because dang it, it's 6:59.
I know.
God,
I love John Wall too, man. It's tough.
No, we just need more time because this is getting a good conversation. But with that being said, I want to thank Alex Weiser, Luz Tenor. I want to thank Eric Jessup, Coach, and Big Steve for all coming in, contributing to the conversation. As we always say, until next time, folks, next Saturday, we're going to talk about the Commanders, Wizards, Baltimore Orioles. We didn't even get to the Capitals, but we will. And thanks to you guys for coming in and speaking about your team. There's never a dull moment on the DMV Sports Show, but you're all welcome back with new topics, new points of view. And remember, you're human first, everything second, and you're conquerors by definition. Don't go conquer your dreams. All right, everybody, have a great weekend. Have a great night. And go Commanders, go Mets, and yes.
Go Commanders.
Yeah, great job, man. Great job.
All right, I can't. Yo, thank you so much. Yo, God bless y'all.
Now that's it. Good.
God bless.
God bless y'all. All right. With that being said, I want to thank y'all for coming in and entertaining us, sitting down and listening to us. Without you, it won't be no DMV Sports Show. So tune into next Saturday where we're talking about Commanders, Wizards, Orioles, hockey, Capitals, and DC United, and top issue you want to hear about it. So make sure you turn in next Saturday, and you're human first, everything second. You're conquerors by definition, so go conquer your dreams. I'm out. Peace.